This is James Lutzer for Round 8 Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Artjom Kasparian. Artem, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you, James.
Good stuff. Thank you for joining me today. You're, of course, fighting an unbeaten fighter in the Freedom at Bones very, very soon. A really good fight between two unbeaten fighters. So I want to get to know you a little bit better, Artem. First, let's start with your nickname, the Tank. How did you get that nickname, and how does that reflect your mindset in the ring?
Well, yeah, that's a funny story, because when I was an amateur, I trained at actually my first gym, and yeah, there was my coach, like my coach made like a joke. We had the polar system for the heart rate, the polar heart rate system, and every boxer should, like, he had to put the names of the boxers um on every, like, band, so yeah, and he made like, that was a funny joke. He gave everyone like a crazy, like, good, a nickname that suits the fighter. So, and yeah, mine was the Tank, and since then it actually stayed. And yeah, because it suited my style, it suited my character, and yeah, my fighting lust, in the ring. So yeah.
Absolutely. You say it suited your style. Has that always been the case? Has your style ever changed or adapted at all?
um well, in the amateurs is more of pointing, your point system. So it's points. You have to make points and get away. So it's a whole different kind of sport. So in the amateurs, I tried some styles, especially from the beginning. I tried some things. I tried new things, but nah, it's just my blood, man. I think it's my blood, my character, and the Tank. To be the Tank, and that's how I fight, how I like to fight. So no, actually, it was since the beginning. Actually, it was that way.
How did you find
Yeah.
the change from amateur to professional? Was it easy for you? Was it better suited to you?
uh you know it was in the amateurs, when the COVID started, the lockdowns and stuff. So yeah, I was in the race for the Olympics, for the Tokyo Olympics 2020. But yeah, unfortunately, because of the lockdowns and stuff, I yeah, I didn't got a chance. I didn't got my shot, my chance to qualify. So after that, yeah, it's like your dream falls apart. And it was a little bit of a depressing time, a little bit of depressing moment. But yeah, it was very empty. It felt very empty because, yeah, my goal, my dream, my goal was like this. It flew away. And so yeah, I had to make new goals, new yeah, to make new goals for myself. And yeah, I always wanted to become pro and get them belts. So yeah, since I started, actually, I never really wanted to become a great amateur fighter. That was never in my dream. So yeah, it was a very easy decision to make. And I made the transition to the pros. And yeah, it suits me better, much better than the amateurs. So for me, it was yes, like, straight away. I went in there, and was I liked it. I liked it even more than the amateurs. So yeah, for me, it was perfect.
You say obviously your goal as an amateur was to get to the Olympics, and that was taken away from you. It was out of your hands. How much did that affect you? You said it was, a depressing time. Did you ever want to quit boxing at all because of that?
Ah, fucking hell, man. I wanted not only because of that, as a fighter with a hard background, with a difficult, let's say, difficult backgrounds and a lot of ups and downs and a lot of hard road, to there. Yeah, I had multiple times, let's say it that way. Multiple times I was thinking about, man, should I just fucking leave this shit and go on with something else, do something else? But of course, I wouldn't do that. But it played a lot. Yeah, of course, it played a lot in my mind. A lot of yeah. I had some moments that I wanted to. I was thinking about it, but I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't. Yeah, couldn't do it. The dream, the goal was too too strong to just leave, and yeah, I kept going, just kept going.
You mentioned obviously about your past and your upbringing has been tough times for yourself. Let's talk a little bit about that. You moved to Holland, to the Netherlands as a refugee. How did
Yeah.
your life experience shape your mentality for inside the ring?
Um. Yeah, the thing is, I never got anything like is the easy way. Everything I got in this life, I had to fight for it. I had to like really put a lot of effort into it. I never got things the easy way. So yeah, that was a hard road, as well. The refugee camps, and after the camps, living in poverty, not really having money to even go to the gym. So yes, and you know what it is, yeah. This when you're when you're in a country, when you live in a country that is poor, in a poor country, and you don't have money like to for certain things, it's a little bit different than if you live in a rich country and you see kids having all these things, and they have the opportunity, and they get it so easily, all these things, their parents give them this and that and this, and they do this for them. And when you are living in poverty in a rich country and you're seeing all this stuff, yeah, that's much mentally, it's much harder to take it, to bite on it. You know what I mean? So if you see people around you are also poor, then it's a normal thing. Then the poverty is a normal thing. But when people around you are having like a good life, easy life, and all these things, they get it so easily. They get all these chances, and you don't. That's when that's what's really hard mentally, and yeah, that was really hard, man. It was a hard thing, for me growing up. And yeah, man, what to say? I just had to, you know eventually to create, to find myself goals in life, because we didn't know what we wanted to do, which, yeah, what could we do, didn't know anything. So we live in a, yeah, a strange country. Our parents, or my parents, they did everything for us. Of course they did everything for us, but they couldn't really help me with stuff, because they didn't know themselves. So yeah, it was just as a small boy, as a little boy, I had to figure out everything myself. So yeah. It's like you're thrown in the streets, and you have to, you have to survive, and that's what we did. We survived, and got to know. We had to go there and here and ask this and that, and find ourselves a way. And yeah, we did. We did it. So we did it. Now I created my goal in my life, my dreams, and it saved me also a lot from other stuff. From other people, other um, because the other poor kids that they did, like, yeah, not good stuff. They went a whole different way, and that were the people we knew. We were in touch with, and it was very easy to go the same path, the same way as they did. And but the goal, the sport, the goal, boxing, the dream, it kept me on the right path. It kept me disciplined, and it kept me going forward, going and working towards the dream. Yeah.
When you was younger, like you said there, you had to move to a strange country. You didn't know nobody there. You had nothing. Did the gym and did boxing give you an escape from real life and reality?
Uh,
Did it give you some freedom in a way?
I wouldn't say freedom. I would say it gave me a goal in life. It gave me a goal. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do with my life? So it gave me a goal, and that was good. It released my stress and my anger that I had inside of me because the of life. Of yeah, how life treated me, and so it helped me with that. Of course, it helped me to get in touch with with people, with a lot of people, you know and yeah, I was because of life, I was not really social. I couldn't really talk to people. I wasn't social. I didn't trust anybody, and so it was very hard for me to make like new connections, new friends, and to meet new people. It's very hard. Even when I came to the gym, I came to the dressing room and I didn't talk to anybody. I wouldn't even say hello to the guys. And they were talking and laughing and everything. You know how it goes in the dressing room. So they were talking, they were friends, everybody knew each other. I came just in the dressing room, and I just changed and went out of there and went into the hall, the gym, and I just did my work, and yeah, I couldn't really talk to people. I was really not social, and as soon as somebody started talking to me, yeah, of course, then I talked back, and I was always kind and stuff. I mean, I never had bad thoughts about other people, but it was just I was not social. I couldn't really talk to people because of life. That's it, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. And what else, man? I don't know.
Artem, you've obviously been through some tough times. What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated on your hardest days when your body's tired, when you may feel like giving up? What keeps pushing you on?
My family, my wife, my kid, my parents, my brothers, the way, the whole way we went through from the beginning with my parents, of course, with my brothers, and then later, of course, my wife, when I met my wife and my kid. This is the biggest motivation, I think. if it wasn't for them, I might have do something else, just and I did, and I did. I worked at construction and I did painting and stuff and all these shitty jobs, and of course, everybody works. I understand that, and I did that as well. But I thought by myself, what am I doing this for? Why am I fighting? Why am I struggling so much? I could just do this, just work this shitty job in the construction and earn like normal money, and I could live from this money. I could have a much better life than I have now. I could have a much better life than I have at this moment. So I could go and do that, but still I choose to yeah, not to do that, and to follow my dreams and go after my goal. And you know I don't know, man. It's just I just don't I just didn't want to stop, also because I didn't know, I don't know how far I am from the top, for the world level. Don't know how far I am from or how close I am to that, and how close the chance is to yeah, to fight at the world stage. I don't know. So, in my mind, I keep going, and I stay patient. I stayed very patient. I kept going. I kept training, and in my mind, I was always a fighter, a professional boxer. I even when I worked at this construction job, even then, in my mind, I was a professional fighter. I was a professional boxer. I never felt like I'm a construction worker, or I did paint job and stuff. Never felt that way. I always had in my mind that I'm a professional boxer. So yeah, man, my family, man, it's they are my biggest motivation. They're my yeah, man. They push me, if I think about them, and I think about the things we went through together, and I just want to make them happy, and I want to give them a better life, much better life than we had in the past. So yeah, that's a big motivation for me.
And finally, last question from me, Artem. If
Yeah,
a young kid from a refugee background came up to you right now saying that they
yeah.
wanted to box, what advice would you give to them?
That's a very good question. It's a hard question, man. You know, I would say to him, I would say to him that it's much easier to do something else. It's much easier to go study and get yourself a good job and work and earn money, and make a living, build your life up. I would say this is like hell, man. Going through hell. You have to go through hell if you want that. And I know, when you're young, you have dreams and stuff. But I would say I won't advise. I won't advise him to do it. I won't advise him to do it. I would say you can better do something else. There are much easier ways, much better ways maybe to earn money and make a living. So I would say it's better to not go that path. It's a hell. But if you really want to do it, if you really want to do it and you are ready to throw your life away, to throw your whole fucking life away and sacrifice everything you have and what you could have if you did other stuff, hey man, then don't look backwards. Just go and fucking do it, you know. Just go and do it, and don't look back. Don't think about other stuff. You have to just focus, work, and go, 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 man. Don't look backwards. It's then your life is your life is finished. Forget about good stuff. Forget about going out, about friends, about money, nice clothes, everything. Forget about that. You won't get that, and you won't get that in your whole amateur career, and you won't get that in the first like 90% of your professional career. Because yeah, look at me. I would say look at me. You know, I listen. I never made money out of boxing. Never. I had one fight. I earned some money out of this fight. It was one fight. I'm 12 and 0 now, and I didn't get a penny out of any of these fights. I invested my own money and my sponsors. I was searching for sponsors, like asking everybody to, people, please help me, like begging people to help me to pay the opponent cost, the board, the boxing board, and all this stuff, all this cost to cover all these costs. I had to pay my own money, the money I worked for in the construction and all these other shitty jobs. I had to pay my own flight tickets, my own hotels, like all this shit, I had to pay from my own pocket. I you know I took the food, the food out of my kids' mouth. I took it to pay for what is my dream. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say to this guy, and I would say it's it's not nice. It's not easy. Look at me. Yeah, that's what I would say, and then it's your choice. I can't make the choice for you, of course, but if you are ready to do it, yeah, then you have to take it with both arms, both hands, and go 100%, not 100, 200%. Go for it. That's, yeah, what I could say.
Just from that answer, Artem, I'm going to ask you a potentially difficult question. Do you have regrets by pursuing your dream in boxing?
One more time.
Do you have any regrets by trying to chase your dreams in boxing?
No, no, I wouldn't say no, no, definitely not. You know, um, everything happens for a reason. I'm a true believer, Um, I'm a Christian, I was raised a Christian, and since I get a little older, I experienced God a lot more, and I trust in God. I believe in God with all my heart, and I believe that you know everything I had to go through and everything I did, it had to be that way. It had to be that way. It could have been like another other way, but it's better. This is the best way because I believe that God gives me the things that are better for me, even though I don't not only me but people don't realize it and don't realize and don't know and think, yeah, why does this happen to me or this or that, so they don't understand God's work, but I trust in him. I trust that he does everything that is better for me and for my life, and that's what I believe, and that's why I have no regrets for everything of anything. So I just keep going. I just keep believing, and in the good and the bad times, and especially in the bad times, because in when people get bad times, they start blaming God. They start blaming God, and nah, man, that's not me. If I have bad times, I ask, I ask God to help me, but everything I get, I'm thankful. I thankful. I'm always thank God, even though sometimes things don't go my way, but it's not my will, it's God's will. So I trust in that, and I live with this principle. I go through life with the principle that God's will, that let it be, let it be His will. And if He wants that for me, then let it be that way.
Absolutely. Artem, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And best of luck for
Thank
the
you.
fight.
Thank you, James. Thanks for this interview.
No worries, anytime.
Yeah.